Hey everybody, this is my 40-gallon purple spotted gudgeon tank, and I just got an idea of something I want to do, so I'm in here doing it. And of course midway through I decided I may as well get some video of this and try to document some of it. It's a little late, I'll admit. I have already gotten started, but we are at the very beginning stages, and that entails simply collecting up Ludwigia. I got a lot of it in this tank, and so I went ahead and pulled all of that out. I've got plans for that. And when I did it, my Hygrophila here just sort of fell over. So it's pretty safe to assume that all of that massive plant that was in there, and for my regular viewers, you'll know that you couldn't even see into the tank before. All of that was sort of floating in this big mass up here, and that was apparently holding that temple plant up. So I need to get some kind of something like from here to the back or from side to side, some sort of grid work or something that, you know, even if it's just a piece of string, and then I can kind of tie this to the string to hold it in place, because that's really growing well. It's getting nice and bushy. It's still got a couple of feet to go before it gets to the light. I can raise that light up a little more too even, and so that'll do well once I get it propped back up, but not tonight. So anyway, I'm going to get on with it, and we will see where all of that is going to end up. I will save some of that. I do think I have some in the other room already, to be honest, but I will keep some of that aside. I do sell my plants, so anything I've got extra that I've got available, I can go ahead and sell. Like the Java Fern and the Water Sprite are very common. I've always got that. I can usually find some temple plant somewhere, and again, I'll have some of this Ludwigia here available, so check my email down below if you're interested in that. In the meantime, let me get on with it, and we'll see where that ends up in just a few minutes. Alright everybody, there is where I put some of it, and that's going to be the most obvious to see right now anyway. I'm hoping that that won't be the case for very long, but that is the most obvious place that I put it. Hopefully that gourami will not destroy it. They're pretty voracious when it comes to munching on plants in the tank, especially any kind of softer plant. The the Java I've got down there is a fairly tough plant, and you might see the fish nibble some algae that's growing on that, but they generally don't eat the Java. The Ludwigia in there is going to be a little bit different story. That's a fairly soft plant, so we'll see how long that lasts with the gourami in the tank. So the other place I put it was, I tucked a couple of pieces in there that already had some reasonably established roots and sort of lifted that rock up, and so hopefully they're actually lying down in this channel right now with plenty of water flowing over them. So hopefully they're going to grow right on out the end and down into there. You can see my daylilies are already getting out of control. They're already growing up and out of the little grotto area. So they'll actually be coming like forward in our face like a bad 3D movie here pretty soon. And my bleeding hearts here are getting huge too. They're just going to keep on going and going and going. Those things grow like monsters. But as I've said, they will be gone by June. They don't last very long at all. So the final place I put the Ludwigia that is going to hopefully make the most dramatic appearance is up there. So what I did was, this is actually seriously planted. I took that planter, I put some batting, some of the polyester batting across the bottom so that the holes are blocked up and the gravel doesn't fall out. I put about a ½ inch of gravel in the bottom for weight. I put potting soil in there. I laid a bunch of the roots in and covered them with potting soil and basically planted them as though they were going to be, you know, treated like a potted plant. And then I covered the top with about another ½ inch of gravel just to keep the soil from swirling away and making mud and everything. And then of course it's all laying in there and flowing down and is going to grow over. And of course I got a couple pieces that I'm hoping are going to come over this way. And so hopefully, if that stuff grows as fast as it seems like it grows, it does well under, you know, direct light. We had it in the other tank sitting directly underneath of that floodlight that's shining down on it. Now, I'll grant you, we just cranked it up significantly, putting it under the light that we've got it under now. Much more light on it. But once it adjusts, hopefully it'll adjust. I'm a little bit worried about this stuff. It's really exposed to a lot of atmospheric air rather than, dissolved gases in the water. So it's going to possibly dry out. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. But, we'll see. If it does, if these dry out, it's planted and new growth will come out of it. So I think we'll still get there in the end. It may not just sort of continue from here on down. We may have to sort of let this kind of die off and let some new growth come in and start over. But other than that, I think it's going to look pretty good. And once we get it coming down here, the idea will be that it'll not only grow down, but it'll grow up. And we'll get some sort of greenery blended in here. I've already put sweet woodruff and stone crop back there, and you can see how green and well that's doing. I mean, you can actually see it's growing up. We've got a 1.5 inch of vertical growth already, so that's going to actually cover that whole thing and create sort of a cascade effect, and hopefully give us some flowers here in the near future. And like I said, we'll see what that looks like. I think that'll be pretty in the tank if it stays in there, but it's got a gourami in the tank, so we'll have to wait and see how that works out. So there you go. There's my spur of the moment little quickie project on a late Friday evening. So thanks for watching. I've got to get everybody fed and then get the lights turned out because it's already past feeding time. So thanks for watching this one. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget this one is my 40-gallon waterfall tank. So thanks again, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.